What's up, guys? Arvind here, and today I'm going to be talking about how you can balance self-promotion and helping others, right? Now, I've been in the situation where I really want to go and help out others, and I really am not comfortable talking about, hey, buy my course or come take coaching from me and stuff like that. And the internal dialogue I have in these situations is that it just feels icky, right? I feel like, ugh, such a sales guy. I don't want this. I can't ask money from friends. Well, the thing is that this is not a narrative that is unique to myself, the voices, but others, especially people like you, probably have the same or a very similar sort of narrative running in your heads. Now, when you unpack this and you try to figure out like, hey, what's actually wrong with this entire situation, and I'm pretty sure that you experienced this as well, is that you're missing out on opportunities to make money, right? There's some weird quote that I'm probably misquoting that you got in here to make money and make friends, or something along this lines. Making friends is important. I'm not saying no, but if you don't make the money, right, it's going to be very difficult to grow your business. And if you don't have that business, and if you don't like reach out to new customers, people who are willing to spend money on what you're doing, gaining visibility becomes a problem as well, because most of the times people who take stuff for free from you are probably not going to implement it. Again, drilling down deeper, we're trying to figure out like, hey, what's actually happening here? Well, we as humans, right, we want to be liked. We don't want to be seen as a self-centered ass. So we don't want to, open up and say, hey, do this and do that, and please take my money. No, please give me money. We don't want to do that. And at a deeper level, we don't have a cohesive marketing strategy that factors into the thing that's saying that, hey, okay, I'm building this thing that's going to be generating value for my customers, but here's how I'm going to be getting money, right? We don't think about that, right? So, and as a result, we end up with like limited resources for promotion. Now, there is a solution for this, and you cheeky monkey, you've already been reading ahead, but I'm going to talk you through this again, right? And the first one is to embrace strategic promotion and systems, right? I'm going to be talking about this again a little bit later, but the idea is that you have friends, right? You made friends on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Now, you don't want to sell to them. That's okay, but you still need to generate money, right? So you can think of strategic promotions, right? So if there's a friend that you really don't want to ask money from, what you can say like, hey, how about you and I do something together and then we sell it, right? So you start that conversation about money. So that's a great way to, hey, we should look at money about this, right? To insert that and address that elephant in the room, so to speak. And what I mean by strategic systems is, how can you set up systems that you still get paid? Now imagine like, it's this friend who's probably like on a 4 on 10, or like a 10 on 10 is like your chuddy buddy or your best friend, but 1 on 10 is a stranger, but like that 4, and someone says, hey, could you help me out with this? You could send them a Calendly link with pay here or book on Gumroad, like very low key, giving them the hint. Now, again, it depends on how comfortable you are with conflict and how comfortable you are with being so brazen and open. That's one way for you to approach this. Another solution you have is to come up with authentic ways to connect with these people. And what does that mean? You have some sort of core expertise, right? Like for me, it is marketing, but I also have like a, what is that called? A Swiss Army knife set of skills, or kitchen sink. I don't know. You get the gist, right? I have a ton of other skills as well. So when I'm connecting with other people, of course, I love to talk in terms of marketing, but I find other ways to connect with them as well. And so as a result, what ends up happening is there's this separation between me when I'm talking about marketing, and there's a separation when we're talking about, Dungeons and Dragons, for example, right? So kind of set that aside. And when, now it's work time, now it's playtime, you can still have that sort of compartmentalization, right? And finally, this is something that you can work on your own as well, which is to create a solid marketing plan with growth loops. Whatever you're building, whether it is a video, whether it's a course, whether it's a SaaS, whether it's a PDF, whatever it is. What are the growth loops that you can bake into it? What I mean by that is, how can you design that system, that experience, in a way that when somebody gets it, they want to be telling others, right? So if one person gets it, they want to bring in more people to go ahead and check out, hey, look how awesome Arvind is. You should totally check out his free course, Marketing for Builders. Now, imagine if everybody who did the course actually went ahead and said that. That would be pretty dope. right? I've actually baked in some Easter eggs, and so far only 3 people out of 400 actually reached out to me about those Easter eggs. So think about that. Now, when you start implementing this, right, you're going to be getting some immediate benefits. The first one is an increased brand awareness, because now you're talking to people who are customers, right? People who are going to be paying you money to use their stuff. And that is the ultimate litmus test for you as a business. And if your product, your offer, your service, your solution, if it solves that problem, boom, increase brand awareness. Because if it's working for me, I'm going to be telling at least one other person. Next, you have money, right? So that is awesome, right? And what that means is with that money, you can funnel it back into your business to get more customers and more sales, and eventually, have this super duper awesome thing. And in my case, I probably end up with a greater runway. And my wife gets off my back and she says, fine, you can run this for 1 more year. Hey, that happens, right? Now, if you want to start implementing this, number 1, partnerships and collaborations. I like to do projects with different people. In fact, I right now have a project with 4 people, right? In different stages of cooking, so that, hey, at any time, I can pick up one of these projects, I can work on them. Now, working with these people is not going to directly net me money, but by helping them, I am channeling both of our energies into an event or a product that is going to generate money for me. Next is the 3 circles approach. This is pretty fun. I'm basing this off of a snippet from a Naval Ravikant podcast that I heard in passing. And I forgot the original one, but it was something about the spectrum between socialism and capitalism, right? But we could have the same approach, right? Like, I have a tiny mastermind group with 3 others for whom I would do anything for free. I wouldn't ask a single buck. Then I have a set of other friends for whom I'd be like, hey, let's do this. But I would try to see how else I could leverage that relationship such that it is worth my time as well. So that's the second circle of people that I can help. And finally, there is the interwebs, for whom I have some really great stuff that you can see on screen just below. I can't point on this thing. Yeah, so somewhere over there, right? You can see the free stuff that I have below. And finally, I found this to be pretty effective as when I was doing my exploratory calls as well, which is to standardize my help, right? What that means is, of course, I'm happy to help you, right? But the help that I'm going to be giving is productized in a way. All I'm trading is about 25 to 30 minutes of my time. And in exchange, I'm going to be sharing my marketing expertise. And I also get something out of it, right? Probably get the transcript, which will help me generate product ideas, problem solutions, etc. But anybody who asks for help, that's the standardized help that I can give. But if they want something specific, I'll tell them, like, Majan, yes, that's there, but this is going to take more than 30 minutes or so. So perhaps we could set up a consulting call. The first time you say, it's going to feel a little bit weird, but just slip it into conversation, right? And it gets easier over time. Now that you're done watching this video, a couple of things. I have a free marketing course that you should totally check out. People other than my mom have told me it's amazing. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button on YouTube and get on my email list. I send out videos like this as well as other emails every single weekday as well. All right, that's all I have got for you today. I will see you later. Bye-bye.